Good evening and welcome to the Zoom. Tonight we're celebrating the grand opening of Elizabeth Locklear's business in RENNERT, North Carolina. So give it up for Elizabeth. If you are new to the Zoom tonight, would you please put a 1 in the chat? And also we'd like everyone to put in the city and state that you are chiming in from. Before we get started, I want to go over just a few housekeeping rules. First, you're going to need paper and pencil because this information is going to be epic and you need to write things down so that you don't forget. Make sure your significant other is in the room with you so you don't have to repeat this information, and that your children are secure so that they don't disturb you as you're listening to the overview. I want to introduce to you tonight a man that I have a ton of respect for. He has been trained by the best of the best, Mr. Brian N. Bean, who you just saw on the video. He knows 100% of the material. He has actually positioned himself to cash flow 5 to 7 figures, and he is very serious about this material. But he loves to have fun as he presents the rules of the wealthy to people. So I would like for you to come off mute. Let me, hold on, technical difficulty. All right, come off mute and let's give it up for Mr. Anthony Day.
Yeah.
All right.
How are we doing today?
Good.
All right, everybody we're spotlighted and ready to go. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Excellent. All right, check this out. Look, I am excited, guys, to be here with you tonight. I know you had many choices. You could be at home watching TV, chilling out with the family. I understand that, but I am very appreciative that you were choosing to spend this time with us to be able to get this information. Now, obviously, someone thought enough of you to share this information with you, because tonight is going to be life-changing, okay? And what I need you to do for me is send them a text. Just send them a quick text saying, I'm on the Zoom. That's all you got to do is send them a quick text and say, I'm on the Zoom. I'll give you just a minute to go ahead and do that. All right. Now, I told you earlier, I'm excited about being on here tonight. And there's 2 main reasons why I'm actually excited to be here. But before I actually get to those 2 reasons, I want to go ahead and focus your attention back to my co-host tonight, Miss Sharon Oxendine, for that excellent introduction. Give her a round of applause, please.
Hey, Miss Sharon, good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Miss Sharon, I just want to tell you publicly on the Zoom here tonight, I appreciate everything that you do. I know it's a lot when it comes to co-hosting, and it is a lot that goes behind the scenes here. And I know your story. So again, kudos to you.
Thank you.
All right. And again, guys, listen, it is time for the woman of the hour. We are here for 2 main reasons. One, I get to introduce to you a new business partner who is opening her location in RENNERT, North Carolina, Miss Elizabeth Locklear. Miss Locklear, are you on the Zoom?
I am.
She's muted. There she goes. How you doing today, Miss Locklear?
I'm doing good.
Be careful. I see you're driving, all right? Be careful out there.
Okay.
All right, would you like to say anything to the supporters that are here tonight for your grand opening?
Thank you for coming and supporting. Hope you're having a good ride like I am.
We know that, showing up is the first step to success, right? So, guys, I promise you, tonight I am not going to be long. I am not a long-winded individual. I like to hit the facts, and I like to keep it rolling. That's just how I am. But however, I do have a question for you. We always talk about it takes a village to raise a what?
Child.
To raise a child, okay? My question to you is this. Why are we stopping there to raise the child? Once the child becomes 18 years old, I know from personal experience, and I'm sure you do too, that there's plenty of more information for an adult to learn. Do you agree with me on that?
Yes.
Okay, so tonight, this is what we're going to do. We're going to introduce you to some information that you may not have been privy to when you were growing up and coming up in school. I say today, and I always say this, it takes a team to become successful. Now, stay with me on this. To be successful, it takes a team, right? To do it quickly, it takes a team. You need people who have been through the turbulence, they've been through the path, the people who are walking with the same walking stick. These are people that we call experts. These are people who are showing you the way so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Okay. All right. So we're going to be pulling back the veil tonight, and we're going to be exposing what people call the secrets to wealth. Now, if you're ready for this information, come off the mute and give me a let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
okay. I just want to make sure I'm talking to the right people because, people ask me all the time, well, what is the extra digit movement? What is it that you do? So the easiest and the most basic way I can explain this to you, what the extra digit movement is a group of people from all walks of life. Okay. We're talking about stay-at-home moms and dads, teachers, lawyers, doctors, military, current and retired. We're talking about entrepreneurs, people who are owning their own businesses. So we're talking about people who have specific skill sets with one common goal, and that is to improve their net worth one digit at a time. Now, I'm telling you guys, we're not using sales to do this, okay? We're not using any hype. We're not using any smoke and mirrors. You're not going to find that here. But what we are using is strategies that have been taught from years ago. Now, for those of you who are just now tuning in, my name is Anthony Day. I am a proud member of the Extra Digit Movement. And again, what we do is strategies here, not smoke and mirrors. Now, if you're here, it's because you were introduced to a program or a strategy that we call cash, asset, cash flow. It's a 7-minute video that you should have viewed before coming to the Zoom tonight. So let's talk about this strategy. I'm going to open up my Zoom and share my screen with you. Let me know when you can see my screen.
We see it, brother.
Excellent. All right. So let's talk about this strategy. It is a wealth principle 101, cash, asset, cash flow. So what it is you have to buy, build, or grow an asset. Okay, we want to do those three things. We're going to take a little bit of cash and we're going to put it into an asset, and that may be currency trading, it may be stocks, it may be funds, it may be gold, it may be other commodities. Once you do that, it's going to go out and it's going to bring back and generate more cash. That is the strategy that we're using tonight. Now, I know I just heard someone out there in the audience probably go, but that's the problem, Anthony. We don't have extra money to make that cash you're talking about. Now, I'm here to tell you, it is not a problem. And the reason why that is because of this young man right here, Mr. Brian N. Bean. He is the founder of the Extra Digit Movement. And like I said before, this is a private wealth building community consisting of people with specific skill sets with one common goal and one mindset. Okay. Now, what's interesting about Mr. Bean is this. He retired at the age of 22. He earned his first $1 million also at that age, but he lost it after he earned it. It's because he didn't know the strategies that we're going to be showing you tonight. The impressive part, though, was that he regained it all back in his 30s. He is also noted as the fastest and the first 4-figure per day earner in the organization. He created the most multi-millionaire residual ring club earners up to date. He is looking to help out 100,000 people, not just live a legacy, but also leave a legacy. He is called the G-Tote, which is the greatest trainer of all times. Now, if you're looking to grow your net worth by an extra digit, then you're in the right place. I don't know what you did in order to receive the privilege tonight to be here, but you are in the right place at the right time. We actually have the privilege to be able to be mentored directly by the man himself, Mr. Brian N. Bean. Now, let's talk about the other side of the powerhouse of this team. Now, the man that you see on the bottom right-hand corner, that's Mr. Brian House. Now, Mr. Brian House is the owner of MWR. MWR is called Make Wealth Real Financial. Now, it is a debt-free company. It's been in operation for 4.5 years. It is home of the Financial Edge membership. Now, what's interesting about Mr. House? Prior to all this, he operated 4 multi-million-dollar businesses. And he decided in the recent years, look, I need to bring all this information under one roof so people are not running around trying to find the information. Okay. So he put together Make Wealth Real, which is MWR. Now, all of this again is under one roof, and all of our members are having the ability to utilize these services that this company has in order to work on their finances personally. These companies have been in operation for 15 to 30 years in comparison. So let's talk about the 3 things that Make Wealth Real in the program consists of. I need you to write these things down. The first one is, I need you to write down, increase your cash flow. The second thing in blue, create cash flow. The third thing is multiply your cash flow. Now listen, everyone, we have to do a better job of increasing our cash flow and making it grow. So the key is this: you have to figure out who is stopping you from being wealthy. Okay. Once we do that, then we need to figure out how to get that money back from those entities. In the first step that you're looking at, which is to increase your cash flow, the experts are going to help you do this. In the create cash flow in the center in blue, the experts are going to show you how to create new cash flow from the income that you already have. And in the red, which is the third, the experts are going to show you how to multiply your cash flow using passive income. This is called the MWR cash flow system. Now, I'm going to go over a little more detail as to what these experts are doing for you. Okay. But first of all, let me go ahead and let the air out of the balloon. It's $149.97 a month. Okay. That is the investment. Okay. Everybody do me a favor in the chat, type in 149 only. 149 only. That is the monthly investment. Okay. This is the membership again. Now, on average, we're going to be bringing back into the household $2,000 a month. Now, 2 things just happened. The old you just popped up on the shoulder and said, see, I knew there was a catch. I can't afford to do nothing else. I'm already strapped. I can't put no more money towards anything. The new you on the other side just said, you know, you just said that I can own my own financial experts who are going to do everything for me for $149 a month, and they're going to return an average of $2,000. Okay. Well, if the membership on average brings back $2,000 per month, can you only imagine if that extra money that they help you generate reinvest into something else to bring you an additional $2,000 a month? Okay. Now, here's the thing. You do not have to go out and sell anything. You do not have to go out and convince anybody. The experts are going to do the following things for you. They're going to help you reduce your taxes. Okay. Again, and these are people who are trained, who are certified EAs with the IRS, which is the highest level that you can achieve in the IRS program. Okay. And their certification. They're going to help you lower your monthly bills. Now, I didn't even know that you had the ability to even do this, that there was a service that would come in and say, I'm going to lower your electric, I'm going to lower your phone, I'm going to lower your garbage bill, if that's the case. I didn't know this even existed. Okay. They're going to also show you how to eliminate your debt. Now, this is interest-bearing debt. Okay. Also, they're going to help you with your credit score. Now, we know that when you raise your credit score, your interest rates drop. The last that you see on the list here under the green is the keys to home ownership. Now, that's a new program that I'm excited about because I'm personally participating in that right now. But I'm going to come back to that. Going over to the red side where it says multiply your cash flow. We're talking about the diversified cash flow account. That is your savings account on steroids. Imagine being able to take money and put it into an account, borrow from that money because it's generated 8, 10, 12% interest on it, use the interest that was developed and pay for whatever it is you're trying to achieve, and then pay yourself back on your own terms. That is the diversified cash flow account. The private reserve account is that in itself in an extended time frame. We've heard of the 401k. Well, in this particular case, you don't get penalized for withdrawing money from the private reserve account. You have direct access to the money itself. It is your own money, so you become the bank. And last but not least, that you see on the list there is land banking. Now, with the land banking, we're talking about being able to be in the path of growth. That means you can purchase land at wholesale cost, hold on to it, and let someone come in and say, you know what, I need to use that piece of land. Right now in Antelope, California, Warren Buffett is putting out speed trains. They're having the motels, and BMW, all these big name companies are opening up in Antelope, California. Now, we own parcels of land because the company has went in and purchased the property and has offered it to us at wholesale cost. So now we hold the parcels. We sit back for a couple of years. Here comes the speed train. What are they going to need to put that land on, or put that speed train on? They're going to need to put it on land, right? They're going to need to put it on your land. Everybody go like this. Point to yourself and say, my land. Let me hear you come off me. Say, my land. My land is my land, right?
My land. My land.
So again, guys, we're talking about experts who are doing all the work for you for just that $149.97 per month. In addition to this, look to the far left where it says NWR Cash Flow Membership. No setup fees. There's no setup fees. Below that, it also says includes your spouse. So they will work on both of your financial situations, not just one, but both of you as a household. And I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that they will also work on a significant other. That means you don't have to be married, as long as you can prove they live in the same household. And one other thing before we move on, and that is the Trust My Assets. Now, we've talked about creating cash flow. We've talked about building a new cash flow. We've talked about multiplying the cash flow. So what do you do with all this money? Now that you have it all, right, and you have all these assets, you have to learn how to keep it. So they've offered another program. I'll tell you, they don't quit when they're trying to improve this stuff. Trust My Assets allows you to encompass all of that you've generated and protect it under what they call the common law. Now, I'm not the expert on that. That's a consultation that you would have to go through. But I can tell you this: Bill Gates, the Rockefellers, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, any other big name person that you may know is doing this. This is how they are protecting their assets. Now, Miss Oxendine.
Yes.
We're looking at the cash flow stream number one, right? And this is the current income. So we're going to try to help everyone understand, excuse me, how this works. Going from current cash flow to passive cash flow, explain to us how 3 things go up and 3 things go down.
All right. In order to move from current cash flow to passive cash flow, the 3 things that have to go down are taxes, debt, and expenses. Now, when taxes, debt, and expenses go down, your income goes up, your credit score goes up, and your assets go up.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, let me ask you a quick question now. You're telling me that if my credit score goes up, which is basically doing what? Uploading my TransUnion, my Equifax, my Experian,
Yes.
to the experts, right?
Yes.
And the experts are going to do all the work, which again, they have over 25 years of experience doing this, and they're going to increase my credit.
That's right.
Okay. And when that goes up, what goes down? My interest?
Oh, yes. Your interest goes down.
My interest goes down. Now, when my taxes go down, because the enrolled agents are coming in and they're helping me legally, morally, and ethically lower my taxes, my cash flow goes up, which then gives me more money to do what? Pay off my debts. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Excellent. And there's people, again, like I said, that are coming in, and these bill negotiators are going to work down all these other bills we have. So on average, can you tell us what the total tax reduction is?
On average, the total tax reduction is $250 million saved. Now, that's an average tax saving per member of $200 to $600 per month.
Okay. And the average debt eliminated per person?
$64,000 saved per member.
That's awesome.
Which is 37,000 years reduced.
That's correct. And the average per month, when we're talking about $140 saved, what is the total negotiated bill total at this time?
$3.5 million. Outstanding.
Everybody come off mute. Let me hear it. Come on.
Outstanding.
Everybody come off mute. What do you think about what you just heard?
Wow.
Awesome.
That's I could use that. That would change my situation.
That's right.
Yes.
So guys, what we're talking about then is that the average return is $2,000 per month on your household. And again, that's if you are just utilizing the experts to work down your expenses and help you increase your cash flow. Now, I told you I was going to come back and explain to you that program that was an additional program that was added that I was excited about. That is the Keys to Home Ownership program. And there's actually, it's a step-ladder process, and there's 4 levels that you could qualify for. What I like about this company is that they meet you where you are. So you can have your down payment already. They'll recommend a level for you to start at. You cannot have your down payment. So for instance, in this case, if you were starting off at level 2, which would be the silver, that's rent to own, you earn monthly credits toward your initial down payment while you're building your credit and you are living within the home. Now, I don't know what other program that you can think of that's operating right now that's doing that. Can anyone name a program off that's doing that right now?
I can't.
Right. So again, and then you got the bronze level when you're actually, again, you're building up your down payment in this case, and while you're still living in the home, and then all the way up to platinum, where your credit is already outstanding and you are earning a lower interest rate, which is now getting you a lower monthly payment, and they're financing it through the bank. Now, the person that you see on the screen, that is Mr. Charles and Judith Ivory. Miss Oxendine, can you show them or tell them about Miss Ivory, the Ivory family?
I would love to. Together, this couple has credit scores of 805 and 815.
Mm-hmm.
They purchased their land for their dream home, and it is paid in full. They are owners of 2 private reserve accounts and 2 land banking parcels. Together they have a daily guarantee of $360, and that translates to $10,800 per month. Now, that was at this time. That has grown since then.
Amazing. Yeah, they are very influential couple. There is a backstory to them as well. If you can see that the house that they're building, like she mentioned, is about 6,000 square foot. The addition that's being added to the back of that home is about 2,400 square foot. And Mr. Ivory was actually working on a military base at the time when the pandemic struck. And he was told by his bosses that he had to go home. And he couldn't come back until they called him back. So I want you to imagine for a second that your boss comes in tomorrow, or you go to work tomorrow, and they say, you know what, your services are no longer needed. Where would you be? And what would you have to do to be okay? To be better than okay, what would you have to do, right? Let me tell you what he did. When they called him back and they said, you know what, Mr. Ivory, everything's looking good now, everything's clearing up. Why don't you come on back to work? Mr. Ivory said, I am so sorry, but I'm making, if not more money than I made with you with MWR Financial. I am going to decline and say you're fired. And he fired his boss.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Wow.
To have that option, to have that ability. Now, let's talk about, again, the 3 options that you see in front of you. Now, again, when you're looking at the program, it is a cash flow membership plus a cash flow opportunity. The opportunity is being able to generate income while you are helping yourself fix your finances to get your financial house in order. Now, if you're wanting to make money with this program, there is a one-time, now listen to me carefully, a one-time upgrade fee. You're not paying this per month. It's a one-time upgrade fee of $100. So you see in blue, it says $249.97. That is a one-time fee. The $149.97 that we mentioned earlier is the same per month. Okay. So again, you still receive the reduce my taxes, the lower my bills, eliminate my debt, raising my credit score, and the keys to home ownership, in addition to the multiply my cash flow programs. This is where, again, you triple and you double your income by the money they've saved over in the green, which is to increase your cash flow. We're going to explain to you now how the home-based business is the best thing created since sliced bread, because now you can generate income on top of what they're already saving you. The company has generously put this program together to do this. Look, we all know people who have financial challenges, right? We may be one, right? So what you do is you're saying, hey, let me ask you a question. Were you serious about what you said last week about wanting to do something different, wanting to make some changes in your life, wanting to bring your family up to a new level? Well, sure. Well, I'll tell you what, I may have something for you. I'm sharing a video. It's a 7-minute video. Take a look at it. We'll be back in touch with you, okay? When they say, you know what, I really liked what I saw, I want to be part of your business circle, the company is going to pay you $50 for every person that says they want to be a part of your business circle. But here's something that's really interesting. They created a momentum bonus. This momentum bonus is out of this world. 30, 60, and 90. 30, 60, and 90. That is the time frame that you have in order to achieve these bonuses on top of the $50 per person. If you share this information with, say, 3 people. Those 3 people say, hey, I want to be a part of your business, your business circle. I want to generate income. I want all that you had. $150 is given to you on top of the $50 per person. If you show 3 other people within that time frame of 60 days, that's 60 additional days, right? You are now going to receive a $450 bonus on top of the 50, 50, 50. And then within the 90 days, it's the exact same thing. We're looking at a total of $900 at that point, which totals about $1,500 within 90 days. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think that's nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Let me show you on an illustrated diagram, because I'm a picture person. I have to be able to see numbers, but drawn out, right? So looking at the top of this here, we're looking at cash flow stream number 2. Top left, you will see level 1, okay? Self-fund your business. Now, what that means basically is I've exposed, say, 10 to 15 people, and out of the 10 to 15 people, 4 people said, hey, this is interesting. I want to be a part of this. 3 of them say, I want to be a business partner with you. They pay you $50 per person, right? And depending on how much or how soon you show 3 other people, they'll pay you the bonuses. Under number 1, we show this person, there are 3 people, how you self-funded your business. On number 2, we show those 3 people how you will self-fund their business. And number 3, exact same thing. Now we talk about a 3 and a 1. Okay, a 3 and a 1. That's 3 business partners and 1 customer. That's a person who says, you know what, this was pretty cool, but I really don't want to make any money with it, but I do want those experts to get my financial house in order. I want to utilize those experts. Okay, I want to get that $2,000 back into my household. That person is a customer. When you have 3 business and 1 customer, that is $150 that you're generating per month. Now, if you recall, your investment was only $149.97, but now you're making $150 per month. So your business is now paying for itself. Everything else is going to be profit. Now, if you look at the bottom left, where it says level 2, we're talking about generating the full amount here. So when you have those 3, and then those 3 show 3, and those 3 show 3, that is a total of 12 people that you have in your business circle. With 12 people in your business circle, you're now making $600 a month, daily guarantee. Performance bonuses. You would have thought that would have been it, right? Well, they've added something new as well this year. It is the performance bonus. It starts at level 2, which is the ED2, Executive Director 2. The company said, you know what, we're going to make a bigger incentive here for you guys to really get out here and share this program with people. I'm going to give you $300 per week for every 6 people that you expose the business to and they join your business circle. So from Monday to Sunday, if you had the first 3 people you started and they did 6 people that week, that's a $300 performance bonus that you would receive. If you had 12 people in your business circle and you had one, you had 6 people that week, that's again $300. That is every week that you would receive this bonus. And it continues to get better. So we're talking about the daily pay now. The daily pay is what you would receive per day. Now it starts off at $5 a day when you first begin, but then at ED3, it goes to $30 all the way up to $150 per day, which is national. That includes, again, your performance bonus of $300 per week that you can earn. So let's talk more about these numbers. Here we are, Executive Director. Let me get my cursor so you can see. Executive Director is where you start. That's 9 points. That's $5 a day at $150 per month. That's $1,825 annually. Looking at Executive Director 2, that's 36 points, which is $20 a day, $600 a month at $7,300 annually. This is also where your weekly performance bonus will kick in with your 6 qualified financial business partners. Executive Director Level 3, $50 a day, $1,500 a month at $18,250 a year. This is also where your leadership bonus will kick in at $30 per day on your daily guarantee. Now let's talk about it getting really, really good here. Look at this. Under the regional director, that's $200 a day, $6,000 a month, $73,000 a year. Let's talk about being qualified for that $1 million residual club ring earner. We're looking at $300 a day, $9,000 a month at $109,500 per year. Want to be a millionaire? We can do it. Look at this. At Vice Presidential Director, 13,500 points. Okay, that's $3,000 per day, $90,000 per month at $1,995,000 per year. Someone come off mute and give me a let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What would we do with that kind of money, right? So how do you know when you are receiving these funds? Okay. If you look at the screen right now, you'll see that there are text messages that will pop up on your cell phone. Now, it'll say things of this nature. Congratulations, you have just earned your executive director level. Daily guarantee of $5. And then it jumps down to $20. Congratulations, you just earned your Star 2 executive director daily guarantee of $20 per day. It goes from 20 again up to $200 a day at regional. Now, this is Mr. Bean's screenshots, by the way. And then from here at regional 2 at $300 a day. And then jumping all the way over here at $500, which is level 9. And then you'll see at the very bottom where it says $1,000 a day. And that's currently where he is right now. All right, so let's talk about these programs again, these experts. With the $149.97, you are receiving the diversified cash flow account. Again, that is your savings account on steroids. Looking at your manage my trades. Okay, we're going to skip over this for right now. And then over here under trust my assets. This is again where they're going to protect your money after you've made your money. The private reserve account, become your own bank. Being able to borrow from yourself. This is a long-term program, kind of like a 401k without the penalties. Remember, if you're getting penalized for using your own money, it's not your money. Members, keys to home ownership. This allows people who are renting, like career renters, they've been renting all their life, who could not afford to maybe get their own home because of 2 reasons. Okay, down payment, credit score. This company comes in and will assist in that because they don't look at those 2 things. Okay, and of course, the last thing that you see is the land banking, being in the path of growth. being able to purchase land at wholesale, well, below wholesale costs, and then retail back to the person who's trying to purchase it from you. Guys, trusting your assets. Again, this is one of the most important things. We talk about people who make money, but then they lose money. You hear about these people who are winning the lottery. And then what happens when they win the lottery? They don't know what to do with the money, so they end up losing it. These folks here at MWR Financial are true experts. They're going to show you how to protect your money. They're going to show you how to create a business trust, a family trust, and a foundation for your family. This is something that cannot be pierced by a government official, right? It can't be pierced because it's at a higher level of what's the word I'm looking for? Common law. Okay, that's where it resides. It bulletproofs your foundation. Now, we always talk about, these different things that, you see, you hear it, but people need to hear real people talk. Okay. And tonight I have some guest speakers with us, and they're going to share their story. So if we can go to the gallery, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and see who's out there that would like to come on and talk about their results with MWR Financial. Miss Sharon, if you're out there and you want to share your testimony, go ahead and raise your hand for me, please. And she'll pull you up. Don't be shy. Miss Sharon, who we got out there?
We have Wendell Acosta.
Okay. I know he has a testimony. Who else do we got? Who else do we have out there? Go ahead, just raise your hand. Raise your virtual hand or raise your real hand. And we'll pull you up one at a time. All right. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get started with our two volunteers right there. Let's go ahead with Mr. Acosta.
All right. And just so the Zoom folks know, there's a spot down there at the bottom says reactions if you're trying to figure out how to get your hand raised or thumb up or whatever. But nevertheless, I've only been with MWR for maybe about 6 weeks or so, give or take. And I was overpaying $200 in taxes. So, I logged in, I put in my information, I submitted my taxes, and within, I think it was 24 or 48 hours, it came back and it said, submit this here to your human resource folks. And that was toward the end of the month. And I was like, I was kind of a little skeptical now, to be honest with you. But next thing I know, I'm sending an extra $211 in my check. Boom, like just that quick. So I'm like, wow, man, this is money I can use towards that debt and those expenses and things like that, right off the bat.
Now, Mr. Acosta, let me ask you a question. Now, you said how many weeks?
Less than 6.
Less than 6 weeks. And you had to bend over backwards to get this done, correct?
No, it was easy.
You had to break your arm, right?
And all I had to do was if you can attach a document and click send or go or whatever on the website. And I was like, okay, man, I thought it was going to be harder than that. I thought it was going to take longer to get that turnaround. And I was like, man, this is almost too easy. So exactly. I'm excited about getting the other things done too. So I'm trying to get my debt eliminated and stuff now. So,
all right.
So I'm excited.
Thank you, sir, for coming up and sharing your testimony. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, hold, don't go nowhere. You forgot to tell me something that I found out on my own when I was going back and trying to help you out. What was that?
Talking about my little side gig.
About your self-funded business.
Oh, yeah. So, it's self-funded at this point. So, if we're asking the membership is $150 and I'm already saving $200 a month, and that's just in the step one of the process, I'm already at above breaking even, so it's not like I'm actually missing anything coming out of my pocket. You figure I got 211 coming in, 148.9 going out. I'll do that all day long.
That's right. You're looking forward now to making that passive income.
Exactly. And that's just the start of it. That's just the start.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
All right. Who else do we have up there?
We have Mr. Jason Thomas.
Mr. Jason Thomas, all the way from Khalid, Texas, my old stomping ground.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Hey,
Evening.
that was an awesome testimony by Wendell. So I appreciate you, sir. 6 weeks in, $200 back into your paychecks coming in, and you have a self-funded business. So your testimony sounds a lot like the beginning stories of my testimony. Hey, everybody, my name is Jason Thomas, also known as Chief T. I'm an active duty military, as you can see by the uniform, getting off of work, but I had to stop in to this fabulous launch party. And Anthony, you are doing an amazing job, sir. Always good to jump in and hear you share this wonderful information. This information, I would say, literally saved my life. You know, at a period of time where I didn't understand how all this money I'm making more, but losing more at the same time. I couldn't understand it. You know, 19 years in, at the time it was 18 years or 16. Let me get it right. 17 years in the military when I joined this organization, and going from one rank to rank, I couldn't understand how I was still living behind the 8 ball, living paycheck to paycheck. I know a lot of y'all probably don't understand that, but hey, military, we get benefits, but we don't get the money. So when I got with this company, I did just like Wendell did. I uploaded my last 2 pay stubs and my last year's tax return, and they too got me back $200. But what I like, and I see that every month, but what I like is everybody's situation is different. The experts tailor make and customize our individual results for what we want to do and also for where we're trying to go. And everybody's situation is different. I took that testimony of the $200, Wendell and Anthony, and I told enough people to where the company started paying me a residual of $20 a day, $600 a month. When you add those two together, look, Wendell said it perfectly, and I hope I said his name right, but just that was just one strategy. And I told enough people about it to where the company started paying me for that one testimony, just that one. And that's an $800 salary, or should I say cash flow increase within the first 60 days with this company. You heard Wendell, he said 6 weeks. I don't know any company, especially which side is it on, especially this one, that's going to give me an $800 pay raise within my first 60 days and continue paying me that every single month. I love this so much. I went and uploaded my credit reports. You know, they got me from a 644 to the mid 700s. I uploaded all my debt. They got me out of debt within the first 2 months because the cash flow was so good. You know, I didn't have a lot of credit card debt, but it was enough to keep me in the negatives. You know, going from a negative cash flow cycle to a positive cash flow cycle is what the company did for me and my household. Yes, I forgot to mention, I have 6 children. I used to call them kids, but my wife said, don't call them baby goats. So I have 6 children. So with 8 people to feed, the extra $800 helps out a lot. And then on top of that, the company is not only paying, my business is self-funded, but they're also paying for my private reserve account because I used a portion of that, the cash flow for that. And they're paying off this van that I'm riding in right now. So yeah, when you have a business that's not only self-funded, but you're making profit from the first month or the second month that you're in it, name another company that does that. This is the ultimate cash flow company, and they just keep on adding and adding and adding. Hey, man, I'm getting excited. I thank you for the time.
Hey, Mr. Thomas. Hey, look, first off, I appreciate you. And again, thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service. That was an awesome testimony. And every time you come on, you bring it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's see. We have another participant out there.
Yes, we have Mr. Altariq Hayes.
All right, Mr. Hayes.
Hey, Anthony, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir, loud and clear.
All right, man. Well, I echo what Jason said, man. You're doing a phenomenal job sharing the information and breaking it down and making it so real that people can understand. So, hey, kudos to you, man. I won't be long. I'll just wrap it up and say this. Before MWR, I was overpaying in my taxes on my job by $1,100 a month, which I did not know. So when I came across Mr. Bean and the information, I was happy to find a place that had strategies because I didn't know what to do myself. I thought, by being retired from the Army in 2017, I thought I knew where I was going with my money and what I was doing to make it go further. But I had no idea the difference between the cash flow and the income. I was making a lot of income, but my cash flow was slim because as fast as it came in, it was going back out. So before MWR, I was overpaying $1,100 a month from my paycheck. They got me that $1,100 a month back into my paycheck. Simultaneously, the credit experts was building my credit from a 724 to an 802. So Anthony, when my score hit 802, I refinanced my home. And from my old mortgage payment to my new mortgage payment, there was a difference of $422. So you got $1,100 back into my paycheck, $422 difference between my old mortgage payment to my new mortgage payment. That's over $1,600 back into my household. So I started taking that money, all accumulated together, and start paying off debt. I got rid of 2 signature loans over $10,000, right? And then I turned around and started putting a lot of that money towards the principal of my car, which now flip back to my house. My house is set to be paid off in 13 years versus 30. So the credit score increased, income back into my paycheck, cash flow back from my old mortgage payment to my new mortgage payment. And then to top it off, a service that I didn't even know existed, bill shredder. The bill shredder experts went to work on my behalf, calling up and communicating with my services that I use in my home. And they saved me over $360 on for over 12 months on my AT&T bill. So, hey man, I'm winning all day long when it comes to MWR for $149. I've already cash flow, and I can't leave this piece out. I'm in the business side. So my business has been self-funded since week 3, and I'm on June 17th will be 3 years in MWR for myself. So man, hey, I'm winning, man, and I appreciate the time for y'all allowing me to share my testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes. Thank you, sir. That was awesome. Do we have anyone else like to give their testimony? Miss Oxenine, I know you're hiding behind that pillar back there because you've got some news you need to share with these folks out here.
Okay. I have nothing but good things to say about this company. My husband and I, we have debt. I have school loan debt, a lot of it, but we got into credit card debt. But this company has, in my mind, miraculously helped us. At first, when we entered the debt elimination program with MWR Financial, they told us they were going to shave 75 years off of our debt. So I can say before MWR Financial, we were going to have to leave our debt to our children. Now, after the experts went to work, and I went through that first step too, where I uploaded my pay stubs and my tax returns, and they put $448 back into my paycheck every month. Now, I thought that was astounding. But when we entered the debt elimination program and they said they were going to shave 75 years off of our debt, and our debt would be eliminated within less than 10 years, I'm telling you, the tears just wanted to flow. Well, with this new program that they have implemented called the Diversified Cash Flow Account, my husband and I just entered into that. And if the expert is correct, that's going to bring our debt elimination down to less than 3 years. Now, I'm beside myself, I'm on the outside looking in right now because it hasn't hit me yet. I've always wanted to be able to say I'm debt free, and this company is going to make that possible for me and my husband. We're going to be able to say that. And what's even better than that, we're not going to have to leave our debt to our children. So I am just on cloud nine, if you want to say it that way. But I have nothing but good things to say about MWR.
That is amazing. Everybody go ahead and come off mute and give her a round of applause, please. Come off mute and give her a round of applause.
Congratulations.
That's
That is
amazing.
awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See, I'm gonna have to have you come on here all the time and give your testimony.
And I could add that my business is self-funded.
Oh, it is. That it is great. Very good. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna shut this down. This is my time. I'm going to come back to my my Zoom screen here real quick and just go ahead and finish this off. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end. Okay. Now I need to tell you this because I don't think people will have the nerve to tell you in your face. So I want to bring this to the forefront. You know, a lot of times when we start doing things out of the norm, we start to assume. Well, I'm here to tell you that your assumption of what others think of you is going to stop you from taking action on things you need to take action on. Okay. Your confusion of an expense versus an investment is going to stop you from taking action. Your indecision is a decision. It's going to stop you from taking action. So what I want you to do is this. Think about your past fears and your failures. They do not dictate what you're going to be able to do today. Don't let it stop you from taking action. So your prayer has been answered, guys. It's here. And once again, you have a complete team here that's here to help you. We will produce the Zooms for you. We will help you present the information, just like we're doing tonight for Miss Elizabeth Locklear. And we will be opening a new location come March the 27th. I'm sorry, April 27th. This is the end of the week on Thursday in Zephyr Hills, Florida. So we're going to be getting some sun. Okay. But before we close out, guys, listen, you are either on number one or you're on number two. Okay. A number one is the person who says, you know what? Again, I like what I saw. I want the whole kit and caboodle. Okay. I want the experts. I want to generate the income. I want them working on everything. Give it to me all. That is a one-time payment, a one-time investment of $249.97, $249.97, $149.97 thereafter per month. Number two is the person who says, you know what? I'm not really interested in making income. Everything is good. I'm making enough money from my job. I like working for someone else. I just want to have those experts working on my finances to get my house in order. That person is a $149.97 per month. You are a number two. So text the person who invited you here tonight and let them know if you are a one or if you're a number two. My name is Anthony Dank, proud member of the Extra Digit Movement. And my purpose tonight was to have our grand opening and to also get past your mind and into your heart so you can leave the legacy, and also live the legacy. Remember this, when you're born, people say you look like your parents, right? But when you die, you end up looking like your choices. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Great job, everyone.
Night. Good job, guys. Good night.
Good night.